one of the things that I've noticed about myself and other people, like people are innately like self-critical. Like if we believe like if anybody really knew me, if anybody knew what was like in my heart, in my mind, like I feel like almost like a fraud, and people like really have this self-deprecating mentality. It's worse than others, but it becomes like a spiral like demise that people have, and they compare themselves to other people. So they're looking at Andrew and they're hearing you on the show and they're like, man, Andrew's so smart. He comes from the CIA. He has all these, great natural gifts and talents. He has beautiful hair, like all this stuff, right? And but that's not me. Like I can never do that. But you say something that people were wired for success. I often say people were created to be world changers and kingdom builders. Like I said, people as someone that's a Christian, and I believe we were created a certain way. How can we tap into fundamentally knowing that we were created for something more? We were wired for something more. We don't have to compare ourselves to others. It's within us. We just have to find it.
So I love this because this is a fantastic question that intersects faith and physics, essentially, right? Sure. So physically, psychologically, the average person has 60,000 negative thoughts a day. Just think about that for a second, right? 60,000 negative thoughts in a day. My kids are getting sick. I'm not good enough. My hair's turning gray. 60,000 negative thoughts. Approximately 57,000 of those thoughts are self-critical. That means 3,000 negative thoughts about others, 57,000 negative thoughts about yourself. That's how we're wired. CIA loves that because it's very easy to manipulate people when you know how much they think down about themselves. Right? But spiritually, we know that God has given us all our own spiritual gift. We all have a gift from God, right? And they're outlined in the Bible and they're preached about. And we know some of us are giving, and some of us are teachers, and some of us are stewards and shepherds. We have spiritual gifts, and those spiritual gifts were granted and ordained to us. The problem is, because we are a secular society, we were never taught how to find our spiritual gift, right? There's a fantastic educational element that's out there in the world of self-improvement and self-optimization called unique ability. Each person has a unique ability in the secular world. That unique ability is almost a one-to-one connection with your spiritual gift. So if we would just be willing to teach people about their spiritual gift when they're kids, help them find it when they're teenagers, help them embrace it when they're in college, mature it when they're professionals, right? Tap into your spiritual gift. That is what the commercial sector calls your unique ability. That is the fount of all of your energy and all of your success. I agree with you 100%. We were built to be kingdom builders because the Father built us in his image.
Yeah.
He built worlds. He built a universe. We are all ordained to build something. And when we let ourselves feel like we can't, that's just the voice of the enemy. And if you don't believe in religion, or if you don't subscribe to religion, that's fine. I don't judge one way or the other. But you can't listen to the negative thought. Treat it, if you're not going to treat it as a spiritual war, at least treat it as a mathematical equation.
Yes.
And mathematically, 57,000 negative thoughts sounds like a lot, but it only takes up, they're fractions of a second each. So that means in a 24-hour day, an hour and a half of your total time is dedicated to negative thoughts.
Yeah.
The rest of your time is dedicated to something like sleeping or exercising or, being distracted by TV or whatever else. So just find something else to do with your time so that those 57,000 nanoseconds don't compile.
Back to the last question, those little wins bring that confidence and encouragement and override those negative thoughts, because you start seeing something different about yourself and you start seeing your ability. And so all those things kind of tie together.